Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this morning's webinar, Exploring the Reserves Strategic Relationship with Carbon TradeXchange. We've got a couple great speakers who are going to walk us through this new strategic alliance. We have founder and CEO of Carbon TradeXchange, Wayne Sharp, and Ben Stewart, Director of Carbon Strategy. And again, my name is Scott Hernandez. I'm Business Development Manager here at the Reserve. This should go pretty similar to some of our other webinars. We've got a few folks on the line, so I think we're going to try to encourage questions to be typed into the dialog box in the webinar software. And then when we get to a stopping point at the end, we'll have about 15 minutes for Q&A, and we'll take the questions in the order that they are received. So with that, I will pass it over to Wayne, who's going to walk us through the program. Thanks, Wayne.
Thanks, Scott. Well, first of all, welcome everybody. We're very proud to have structured this relationship with Climate Action Reserve. And for those of you who are not familiar with Carbon TradeXchange, we originally started in London. Our global headquarters is now in Sydney, in Australia. However, we do have offices about to be set up here in California and ultimately also in New York. We're very enthusiastic about the potential for the market in the United States, and in particular the opportunities presented with the Climate Action Reserve's activities in this market. Those of you who are in a compliance position, then you should know that at the moment we're in the process of linking not only with the Australian regulated market, but also the Californian regulated market in order to trade both allowances and offsets directly from the Air Resources Board registry. However, the purpose of this presentation is to familiarise you with our technology and the opportunities for trading the offsets that are produced under the Climate Action Reserve protocols, both voluntary and pre-compliance offsets. So without further ado, we'll talk a little bit more about Carbon TradeXchange. We're the first and only global spot exchange platform for voluntary offsets. It's a global marketplace. We already have clients in 27 different countries, and we operate 24/7, and we're hoping that we'll have our Californian office open in the very near future. The technology infrastructure is capable of supporting and will in the future support the other allowances, and including RECs and in other environmental credits. And it was specifically designed in order to expand that. And of course, thanks to our partnership with APX, we are now able to link with Climate Action Reserve and the other registries that they provide infrastructure support for, and we believe that they will provide that support also for the REC market as we open up into that. What we want to be able to offer to the marketplace is a secure and reliable electronic trading platform with transparent real-time pricing solutions. Of course, we know that whether you're a market participant or a broker, you want anonymous trading, and that's of course also important to regulators to ensure a fair and orderly market. We offer a full electronic clearance and settlement of both the credits and the cash, and the platform functionality is designed specifically to assist brokers who are a very important part of our future plans both here and around the world. We believe that a transparent market and an exchange-driven market is the key to confidence, which of course then increases trading activity and volumes, and ultimately indicates to the market at large that we're a mature and liquid market. Having daily prices of what carbon is trading at gives an opportunity for people to get confidence, and exchange activity here in California will also facilitate global trading of CRTs so that they can be sold internationally. Conversely, of course, market participants here will have access then to all those international markets that CTX is linked to, including all the European markets, the Australian market, and right across the US and South America. Ultimately, what we want to do is have the facility to provide more projects to be funded, and of course that's the whole idea of a carbon credit, is to provide funding to those projects. The business was set up on an environmental perspective, as was Climate Action Reserve. However, we all know that we need to make sure it's commercially viable in order for us to succeed as an industry sector. We want more companies to act voluntarily, so those that have a compliance obligation, there's an opportunity using exchange technology to push that down through a supply chain, which minimises your compliance exposure and at the same time increases the volume of trading that can happen through Climate Action Reserve. How CTX fits into the marketplace is as a central counterparty. So we're looking to act in a similar manner that the stock exchange does, where we don't own the credits. We're simply acting as the facilitator of transactions of third-party trades anonymously between the counterparties. We want to make sure that everyone understands that we're more than happy to have our brokers sitting between the buyers and sellers and CTX, and that can happen either with them acting as an intermediary, or they can act as a counterparty, or they can be appointed as an authorised representative on a client's account. Every client who joins CTX, regardless of the type of client they are, must give us their bank details, and our bank is then electronically linked to the exchange platform. The funds that are transferred in or out of the exchange accounts from our escrow account can only go to the designated bank account for the particular company that's a participant, or the organisation that's a participant in the exchange. So you can't transfer funds out of the exchange to a third-party bank account. As the same thing applies with the registries. In the registries, the registry accounts are linked to the exchange, and the credits can only go in or out of those registry accounts. You would then have to go log into the registry itself if you wanted to transfer any credits to a third party or for retirement. Because of the fact that we don't determine what the use of the credits are, a buyer can purchase the credits for whatever the purpose they may wish to purchase them for through the exchange, whether it be to retire, to bank, to trade, or to put on their balance sheet for future retirement or trading. And the same applies with the sellers. It's a wholesale marketplace, so therefore, and in the case, as you'll see shortly, the sellers are able to determine the price which they're going to promote their credits on the exchange. In terms of how the credits get onto the exchange, regardless of the credit standard, they're all put through a rigorous process and having selected the standard, and of course this case we're picking the top of the pops here, the Climate Action Reserve. Having chosen the credit standard and the methodology, they then have to go through their normal monitoring, validation, verification, and then get the credits issued by Climate Action Reserve and transferred into their registry account. It's only after the credits are issued and in their registry account that they can be posted to the CTX exchange. That posting does not transfer the ownership of those credits. What those credits are then done, they're retained in an account which is owned by the credit owner, but is specifically designated as escrowed credits on the exchange. So they can't be sold anywhere else unless they are subsequently delisted. So once you've listed on the exchange, the only way you can get them for an OTC transaction, if you wish to do so, or for other use, is to delist them from the exchange, and that would happen after we cleared any outstanding transactions, if there were any. So this avoids the potential for double selling or any fraudulent trading, because every credit must be fully issued. From the buyers and sellers' point of view, they have to be, first of all, in funds to buy credits, So they're buying out of net cash proceeds which are held in our escrow account. Regardless again of the purpose of the purchase, once those credits are purchased, they're transferred into their registry account for them to do with what they wish with. So in other words, if they wish to use them for offsetting, then of course they're going to go on and retire those so that they can go ahead and do their carbon neutrality process. So the critical issue here is that whatever credits are on the exchange, you know they're fully issued and ready to be transferred and used for whatever purpose they're intended. The sellers can be confident that the only way someone can execute a transaction is to be in funds, and the cash is transferred simultaneously with the credits into their account, as you'll see in a live demonstration shortly. Very briefly, before I hand over to Ben to explain, to show you the trading platform, there's some key features. You're going to see the variables by which we designate the different projects, and those tell you the key parameters by which someone will want to buy or sell carbon credits, the opportunity to add a bid if you wish to, project information buttons which give you access to all of the project data that's recorded on the registry or stored on the registry, a symbol that shows that you can buy or sell small portions of credits, or smaller portions than the total amount that you've listed, and of course the option to purchase credits live. So what I'll do now is I'll hand over to Ben. I'll apologise in advance if there's a little bit of background noise because Ben's in New York City, and regardless of our attempts to do so, we've been unable to silence that city long enough for this webinar. So I'll hand you over to Ben, and he can therefore continue with the live demo, and then he'll hand back to myself. Thank you. Over to you, Ben.
Thanks, Wayne. So our platform is a web-based platform, so you can get access to the exchange platform anywhere where you have an internet connection, and access can be gained via our homepage using the login button up here. And once you become a member at Carbon Trade Exchange, you will be issued with a username and password that you would then use to access the platform. Once you've entered that username and password in, it will then take you through to the main trading page, which you can see here, where you'll have all the bid and offers listed on the exchange platform. Bids on the left and offers on the right. I'll just scroll through the entire market here to show you the depth and the diversity of projects that are available on Carbon Trade Exchange. So we trade carbon credits on a project-by-project basis, and using that project-by-project method of trading, we use 5 parameters in order to define the projects very briefly. And those parameters are the vintage year that the credits were issued, the standard under which the credits were issued, the project type, the region, and the country. And as you can see, there's a very large list of credits here, so using those 5 parameters, we also give people the ability to filter the platform accordingly using the search by box up the top here. As you can see, you can search by vintage from and vintage to, the relevant standard, multiple project types, and then geography with region and country. The exchange platform also provides a wealth of information in terms of where credits have been trading, and give people some ideas of what fair value is for trading coming from the buy side, but also for the sellers. And it can be used as a very useful tool to be able to forecast future flows and future issuances of credits. So we do that through our index box here, which, as I'll show you now, is directly linked to our search by parameters. So I'm just going to choose one particular standard here to search by. So what I'm showing you now is in this index box here is the indices for any gold standard credits that have traded on Carbon Trade Exchange, including the last price, the high, the low, yearly high, yearly low, average quantity, and the last quantity traded. This can also be viewed in multiple currencies, so you can get a real reflection relevant to the currency that's most relevant to you. We also, as Wayne was discussing, are electronically linked through to our clearing bank, and through that electronic link we are able to show you.
Ben, are you still there? I think we lost some audio.
Alright. So, although has his screen frozen, maybe his computer froze by the looks of it.
I apologize for the technical difficulties for the folks on the line. It looks like Ben is
Just dropped offline.
dropped off, but we're going to give him a minute or two. It looked like maybe some software update popped up.
Can I speak now?
Yeah,
Okay.
so Wayne, why don't you walk us through?
Okay, while we're just waiting for Ben to reconnect, the cash available is directly linked to our bank electronically. So the moment funds are deposited into our escrow account, that will transmit to the exchange and update your available cash balance. The reason we've used a gold standard for the search functionality is because this relationship with Climate Action Reserve has only just begun as a result of the conference last week, and as a result we don't have any indices yet for Climate Action Reserve trades. Those will be commencing in the coming weeks and months. So that's why we've showed you the gold standard one, just so that you can understand how the index actually works. One of the points that I'll make while, and Nathan, you're calling Ben, aren't you? One of the points that I'll make while we're waiting for Ben to come back online is that part of our arrangement with the Climate Action Reserve is that a portion of the revenues derived from this go back to the reserve to assist in the ongoing development of Climate Action Reserve's program as a whole. So we are fully engaged to make sure that this is a successful transition. While we're waiting for Ben, if you can switch back to me, what I'll do is I'll go through some of the benefits and then we'll come back to the demonstration when Ben's back online. So, and apologies again, everybody. We just had a small technical difficulty there, but let me just show you first of all that for those that are in compliance trading, we will most certainly be having a screen similar to this for allowances and offsets that are generated by the under the Californian scheme from the Air Resources Board. We're in advanced discussions and negotiations to have an electronic link directly with the ARB in order to facilitate that electronic trading of their allowances and the offsets. What we're offering at the moment as a matter of interest is a discount which is a very substantial discount, up to 80% discount on the membership fee into CTX, which is valid for the next month, and for all the account holders already having a Climate Action Reserve account. Okay, so we've got Ben back online. We'll just finish the demonstration, then I'll go back on to the. Ben, I've explained the interface with the bank already, so I'll hand back to you. You there, Ben?
Yes, thank you, Wayne. Apologies for that, a little bit of technical problems.
I've explained the bank interface, mate, so
okay.
And just go straight on to the rest of it.
Great. So once you've got your money in your account, that allows you to trade. Then you can also see down the bottom here that by changing those indexes up the top, the search bar up top, it's also narrowed the platform down. So we can search by one or multiple of these different options here to narrow the platform down to tailor it a little bit more to your specific needs. So if we wanted to look at Climate Action Reserve credits in particular, all we need to do is select Climate Action Reserve, and as you can see here, it takes you through to all the Climate Action Reserve credits, whether they be Climate Action Reserve, ROCs, Early Action, CRTs, or just straight CRTs. We also have a few other relevant symbols for once you've got through to, you've defined sort of the platform down a little bit further to what you're looking for. This little blue symbol here indicates that the volume is available in smaller amounts. So the minimum trade size that we trade in is 100 tonnes, but you can trade any volume from 100 up to the total amount listed. We've also got these little symbols on the side here that show which registry the credits are held in. Once you've had a bit of a look around and found the type of credits that you're after, but you wanted to get a bit more information on those credits, we also have further information through this information button here, which allows you to view all the documentation relevant to that project. As you can see here, it shows you all the documentation, the validation reports, verification reports, and any other reports required by the relevant standards in order to have these credits issued into the registry. We just click into one. And as you see, you can go through all of the relevant documentation and view and do all the due diligence that you require to do on that particular project before making your decision to purchase. Once you've done that due diligence and you've gone through and made a decision to buy and you've decided on the type of credits you'd like to buy, to do that you would either click on the green tick here to say you would purchase at the relevant offered price, or so you can also add a bid or on the other left-hand side here, which can act as an expression of interest or a direct bid against an existing offer, and I'll take you through that process a little bit further. Before you're making that purchase, though, we can also show you the relevant currencies relevant to you for all the offers that are listed on the platform. So if I just go back to all the credits that are listed, in this currency box here, you're able to choose from the relevant currencies of Australian dollars, euros, Great British pounds, and US dollars, and then you're able to view each and every credit in the relevant currency. So as you can see over here, currently on the listings, the seller sets the currency and the price, and they can set it in USD, euros, GBP, or Australian dollars. So there's multiple different options, GBP being Great British pounds. So just show you how that functionality works. If we were to change them all to US dollars, and then if we were to sort the credits by lowest to highest, this allows you to filter the platform a little bit further and get a bit more information in terms of pricing, where things are trading at. So just a little bit of an extra tool to allow you to tailor the platform a little bit more to your needs. So once you've gone through the platform and you found the credits that you like and you're wishing to make that purchase, as we were before, and you're happy to pay the offered price as we described here, you simply click on the green tick. Because the volume is open, you're allowed to enter the price that's relevant of the volume that you would like to purchase. In this case, we'll buy 10,000 tonnes. You click OK. That takes you through to a confirmation page where you can confirm all the details of the transaction you're about to do, including the price per credit, the transaction fee, and the grand total you would need to have in escrow at the bank to be able to do this transaction. You then simply enter in your password and click Submit. And that then executes the transaction. As we can see here, this was previously 17,500 tonnes. It's now 7,500 tonnes left, and 10,000 tonnes has gone up here under the last quantity traded. The other option for trading on Carbon Trade Exchange is to add a counter bid or an expression of interest, as you can see here. Down this left-hand side, to do that, you would click on the Add Bid tab here to add that bid. So if we click on that now, it takes you through to this page here where you can add in, if you wanted to match that bid against an existing offer, you would put in the relevant details that match the offer down here in vintage, standard, project type, region and country, the volume of credits that you're after, the term that you would like your bid to stay active on the platform, whether you're happy to buy all as one or you're happy to buy in smaller amounts, and then ultimately the price that you are looking to pay for these credits. If you were looking to put a bid up more as an expression of interest, down in this box down the bottom here allows you to type in more information about what the type of credits are that you are looking to purchase. And I'll show you an example of what that would look like on the platform now. So when you type that information into that text box at the bottom of that add bid page, it then is illustrated here by this little information button. So this gives you flexibility to be able to show the buyers out in the market a little bit more information about what type of credits that you're after. It also allows brokers and any other aggregators or anyone else who's active on the platform to then potentially go out and source credits to supply your bid. And then finally, we also have a transaction log which helps maintain all the actions and activities that have been done on the trading platform by just for your account only, including any bids or offers that you've made, any transactions that you have done, and also allows you to see which actual participant within your company has done each of those. So it gives you a very strong audit log, an audit trail to be able to maintain some detailed trading information internally for your internal compliance obligations. And I'll just pass back to Wayne now, and he can go through the rest of the demonstration.
Okay, thanks, Ben. You seeing that okay? Mm-hmm. Okay. So, one of the advantages of our solution is not only that it's safe and secure, but also that it can operate 24/7. The other very unique innovation is that in addition to being able to trade off a computer that's connected to the internet, in actual fact you can do a purchase or a search for credits off any mobile device. That includes iPhones, Androids, iPads, any tablets, any mobile device through our unique mobile connection. So very briefly, the benefit for members who are brokers is that we can reduce the need or the requirement for holding credits in inventory and the carry cost that goes with that, making back-to-back trading easy. We've got a broad range of products available. And what that means is that everyone's more likely to be able to retain a client because they can buy a broad range from one source rather than having to shop around to different people. And what that means is that if you're thinking about a lot of clients, they need a portfolio, particularly if you're talking about financial institutions. They will always want to do portfolio management, not have all of one credit type, all of one project type, and possibly not even all from one country. That they need to diversify. Screen-based pricing means that you can immediately put whatever margin on. If you're acting as a principal broker, you can put a margin on verbally, even over the phone, and execute a transaction. So in actual fact, you could be sitting in Starbucks executing a trade with your client using your mobile application and your phone. It's completely confidential. We don't know who the client is you're buying on behalf of. We only see the transaction. And there are no contracts required on each trade. Part of the membership is a continuous trading agreement, and as a result, the legals are included in everything that we do. And you're getting fully issued credits with an audit log that tells you which authorised user has executed the transaction on the system. For buyers, a transparent spot trading marketplace trading indices gives you a very good guideline on what pricing is happening and whether you should in fact just purchase what you need now or maybe consider buying something to put into inventory for later or put on your balance sheet for future use. Obviously, the ability to trade credits back into the system is there's no restriction on that. So as a result, once you purchase those credits, you can determine the use that you wish. And it's a true market mechanism. Many of those benefits are applicable right across the whole range. And there will be a copy of this up on the website afterwards, so you can read this in more detail if you wish. For sellers, well, one of the key things, you now have access to buyers from all over the world on 24/7 basis. We send out weekly updates to all of our account holders saying what inventory is available on the exchange, just to indicate anything new or unique that's come along. And that's something which now will give you access to a global marketplace that you didn't have access to previously. Because the documentation and marketing materials available for all buyers to see electronically, you don't have to deal with a whole heap of tire kickers, and you certainly don't have to email information or post information out all over the world. You can simply direct buyers to the exchange for purchasing. Again, no contracts required, and all of the contractual costs, bank clearance and settlement, are all included in our transaction fees. In terms of those particular fees, what that accounts to is it's a 2% fee on the buy side, and that's inclusive of all the bank clearance and settlement, the exchange fees, and the registry fees, which we pass on to Climate Action Reserve on your behalf. And so there are no additional fee costs and no legals involved. On the sell side, it's a 5% fee, again inclusive of all of those transaction fees. So once again, we have made a very unique discount offer for our clients to join Climate Action Reserve, and that's been reciprocated by us. So all Climate Action Reserve account holders can join CTX for only $995 up until the 31st of May. And that's a very unique offer. For the larger corporates, particularly for the compliance entities, that's a great opportunity for you to take early action in terms of getting into the exchange in anticipation of having the ability to then extend that trading to include allowances and offsets directly out of the Air Resources Board registry. Without further ado, then I'll hand over to anybody who's got any questions. Feel free to post those, to type those in. And I seem to have lost my ability to read that screen for some reason.
Great. Thanks, Wayne. I'll be happy to read you any questions. I also want to encourage anybody in the audience, if you'd rather than type in your question, if you want to raise your hand in the webinar software, I will unmute your line, and I think maybe this might be able to facilitate more of just a dialogue that way. So, so if you're interested in asking a question, we are here at your disposal.
For those that have remained on the line, I will point out that even though the ability to trade in different markets, the rules will be different. If you're talking about the compliance markets, say in Australia, and the compliance markets in Europe, those rules are changing as we speak. They will be operating just off different screens within the same exchange software. So as a member, providing you meet the local requirements for trading into that market, you will you'll always have access to those screens, but you'll have the ability to trade in and out of those markets all from the US, even though you may not even have offices in those other locations. So we're not only bringing the Climate Action Reserve credits to the global marketplace, but we're also bringing the global marketplace to your computer.
Okay, great. So I've got a first question in from Kevin. What is the annual membership fee after the $995 fee for the first year?
Yeah, the membership fee ranges in price from $3,500 up to $5,000, depending on the size of your organisation.
Okay, great. And so that's the only question we have now. And I just want to encourage the folks on the line.
I should just point out that membership fee includes the renewals for your registry accounts, and so as a result, what we do is, as part of the annual fee, we collect the registry renewal fees as part of our transaction fee, and we pass those then on to the various registries, including Climate Action Reserve.
Great. Yeah, that sounds like a pretty good deal, especially considering the $500 fee just to maintain an account in the reserve. So again, feel free to raise your hand and I'll unmute your line. Otherwise, feel free to just type in your question into the question box on the webinar software.
And we're in your office today.
Okay, great. Yeah, and so it looks like not too many questions coming in, so I wanted to let folks know that we are going to post these slides to our website, and we've also made a recording of today's presentations. And any folks who have any other further questions, feel free to contact Wayne, and some of the folks at TradeXchange will also be in the office here at the Reserve today. And as always, feel free to contact Climate Action Reserve if you also have any follow-up questions. Just want to thank Ben and Wayne for taking the time to put this presentation together. We're really excited about this collaboration. And thanks for all the folks on the audience who joined us today. That will conclude today's webinar. Thanks. Take care.
Thanks, Mike.